big story that has captured the attention of the people in the United States for almost over 2 weeks now, where it is now being hailed as a major victory for the US President Donald Trump at home. Despite the sexual harassment allegations, his Supreme Court pick, Judge Brett Kavanaugh, has been sworn in after a close confirmation vote in the Senate. The Senate vote took place amidst repeated interruptions by anti-Kavanaugh protesters who chanted slogans in the galleries of the Congress. Now, acting along their party lines, the senators eventually voted 50 to 48 in favor of Brett Kavanaugh. Now, the vote came after FBI submitted a report on its investigation into the sexual harassment allegations against Brett Kavanaugh. President Trump said that the Domestic Intelligence Agency had done a fair and a very thorough probe, and that he was 100% certain that Kavanaugh was innocent of the charges that were leveled against him by Dr. Blasey Christine Ford.
I'm 100%, I have no doubt. And the FBI has done an excellent job. They went through it, and they went through it 7 times. The FBI went through 7 investigations, and they did a very thorough job, excellent job. And you know, the other thing we know about life, if there were any problems, it would have happened over the last 25 or 30 years during his professional life. If any of that was even, if there was even a scintilla of something wrong, he was a very big judge for years on what they call the second highest court. That would have come out loud and clear. This is one of the reasons I chose him, is because there is nobody with a squeaky clean past like Brett Kavanaugh. He is an outstanding person, and I'm very honored to have chosen him. He will be there for many years, and I appreciate it very much.
And also, First Lady Melania Trump seems to have shared her husband's views.
If we're talking about the Supreme Court and Judge Kavanaugh, I think he's highly qualified for the Supreme Court. I'm glad that Dr. Ford was heard. I'm glad that Judge Kavanaugh was heard. FBI investigation was done, is completed, and Senate voted.
Now, the embattled Kavanaugh has been sworn in to the Apex Court for life immediately after his nomination was confirmed. He will be replacing Justice Anthony Kennedy, who had played a major role in landmark verdicts in favor of gay rights and abortion. Now, the sexual harassment allegations against Kavanaugh date back to 1982. Now, according to his accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, Kavanaugh, in a drunken state, had pinned her down and had tried to force himself on her, while one other high school student stood by watching way back in the year 1982, when they're all high school students. Now, Kavanaugh's selection comes as a major boost to the Republicans ahead of the crucial midterm polls in November 2018. But what has made the Supreme Court battle so important? The Supreme Court is the highest court in the United States, making it the final arbiter of the law of the land. The Apex Court has the ultimate say in several contentious issues, right from abortion to gun control to gay rights, etc. The Supreme Court has the power to check the President and also the Congress's actions, and this was probably the most political selection to the country's Apex Court, which is set to tilt the Supreme Court in favor of the Conservatives for several decades to come. The Kavanaugh's selection gives immense power to the Republicans in the country's top court. Notably, Kavanaugh is holding a swing seat in the 9-member court and thus holding immense power to influence major judicial decisions. This factor has, of course, worried Kavanaugh's critics, who have expressed fears that he would overturn a law legalizing abortions in the United States, known for his inclination towards the right wing. Now, Kavanaugh has held views against abortions and gay rights. Kavanaugh's presence is likely to strengthen Donald Trump's power, as Kavanaugh favors limits on keeping the powers of the president in check.